best security is one that is not tabled for discussion, yet the just concluded year comes under spotlight with some air of expectancy beckoning. On the threshold of a new beginning, Christian faithful kicked off 2026 with drums and praises around town. The singing and dancing to the advent of a new year did not leave our crew behind in the various sessions. Second-hand clothes, once frowned upon, are now a saving grace for the Nigerian public. How well have these stimulated the economies of the downtrodden? This and more on social and community news tonight.
Yes, good evening and welcome to Social and Community News tonight. I am Omoshiliola Adesoya Ajayi. We'll begin with some hardcore stories. Nigeria's newly implemented tax law has continued to spark conversations across the country, with many citizens expressing concern over what the policy truly means for their daily lives. While the federal government insists the reform is aimed at improving revenue generation and strengthening the economy, public reactions remain divided, largely driven by fear and misinformation. Joy Pius reports.
Since its implementation, the new tax law has generated widespread debate, fueled by misconceptions that the policy introduces fresh taxes on daily income, petty trading, and basic survival activities. In Akure, the Ondo State capital, residents shared mixed reactions. Some welcomed the reform, describing it a necessary step towards economic growth and national development.
Without tax, this country cannot be developed. So we need to be committed to payment of tax so that the federal government can be able to cater for the problems of the country and of the citizens. The government is trying to create an enabling environment for the business to thrive. Then our own is to be committed to our business. So whatever it is, we are just starting. By the time we see how the whole thing is working, then we will know if the federal government they mean what they say. But I believe that they will do the best for us.
Others, however, expressed concern, fearing the law could further burden small business owners and low-income earners already struggling under economic pressure.
The economy is too hard. Things are cost, and even some of the salary most people they are collecting is not enough for them. And the principle of the tax, the way the tax is being introduced now, I don't think this is not the right time.
A majority of the citizens are entrepreneurs. So even if you are working under someone, if you are working in a private organization, the private organization itself is paying tax. So the government is getting tax from people's bank accounts. So that's why we should ask ourselves, what is the government trying to do?
Experts say these fears are largely misplaced. According to financial analysts, the correct position of the law is that it does not target low-income earners or informal petty traders, but instead focuses on widening the tax net, improving compliance, and ensuring high-value transactions and previously untaxed sectors are properly captured.
Now, one thing Nigeria is thinking that everybody is going to be taxed is actually not for everybody, to my own understanding. I think it's for basically people initiating high value transactions, people who their turnover is over 100 million. And I think that's just like 5% of the whole of Nigeria. So those are actually supposed to pay tax have been actually avoiding evading tax. Like it is time that the government is coming for them. We have their own different misconceptions, different people will come up with ideas, those that are correct and even the ones that are not correct. But I don't think to common man, the narration is not something that the tax man is actually going to look for. If you know you are initiating a value transaction, regardless of whatever narration you put, the tax man knows everything is visible back end, so they know you're not going to be system generated. It's going to be one-on-one person coming to like assess you, evaluate your transaction for the year. And so everybody that knows they need to pay tax, they know they are supposed to pay tax. There are bills that they are going for. So common Nigerians should just be relaxed. And your narration is not really what is going to save you. Guys, even if you are initiating high value transaction and you are putting plenty narration, the government knows what they want. They know how it is. It is not. It's 2026.
An economic expert explains that the reform is designed to block revenue leakages, reduce tax evasion, and create a more transparent and efficient tax system. Beyond revenue, analysts say Nigerians stand to gain improved funding for critical sectors such as healthcare, education, infrastructure, and social services, while easing pressure on the few taxpayers who have carried the burden for years.
There are those people who have certain income that is below certain thresholds. They will be excused from paying tax. That is, if your income maybe in a year is less than 800,000 naira, so it then means that you are exempted from paying tax. There are also companies that are classified as a small company. Such companies are also within the certain income threshold, like 50 million naira. They are also exempted from paying tax. So in a way, if you look at it, if it is properly implemented, it can help government to raise revenue. And if those revenue are properly deployed to bridge the infrastructural gap or deficit in our country, we can discover that the citizen may start to benefit from it in the long run.
Experts agree that transparency, public sensitization, and fair implementation will be crucial in building public trust and ensuring the success of the reform. As discussions continue nationwide, many Nigerians say they are hopeful that clearer communication and stakeholder engagements by the federal government will help the tax law achieve its intended goals without placing additional hardship on ordinary citizens. Joy Pius, OSRC News.
In line with the practice of All Progressives Congress APC, the national chairman of the party, Netawi Wazda, has allied Fubara, the leader of the party in Rivers State. Wazda also pledged to support Fubara's second term bid if he wins the party's primary. The APC chairman's confirmation came as the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Yesomike, declared that his political career will suffer irreparable damage if Fubara secures a second term in office. Professor Iwanda explained that it is the APC's practice to recognize serving governors as party leaders in their respective states. He emphasized that irrespective, Governor Fubara must work with other stakeholders to ensure inclusion and effective coordination within the party. Now to security matters. Nigeria's security landscape reflected a mix of progress, persistence, and pressing challenges in the year 2025. The year under review recorded intensified efforts by security agencies to safeguard lives and property, even as criminal activities continued to test the nation's resilience. Across the country, security remained a top priority for government at all levels, with renewed strategies aimed at addressing insurgency, banditry, kidnapping, and other emerging threats. Memorial Language tells us more.
The year 2025 opened with heightened concerns over insecurity. Following years of insurgency in the northeast, banditry in the northwest, and sporadic communal clashes in other regions. Sustained military offensives against Boko Haram and the Islamic State West Africa Province, ISWAP, yielded measurable results, mostly in Borno State. Security forces recorded the dismantling of several insurgent camps, recovery of arms, and rescue of abducted civilians. Though sporadic attacks were still reported, the frequency and intensity of insurgent activities declined in comparison to previous years. However, banditry and kidnapping for ransom remained a major challenge, particularly in the parts of the northwest and north-central regions. Armed groups continued to exploit difficult terrains and forest reserves to carry out attacks on rural communities and highways.
About the security issue in 2025, all of us know that the security issue is really bad. let's just be sincere and be frank with it, because we heard about what happened in Owo and what happened in other churches in the north.
Yeah, go out, you hear that they have kidnapped, or some, even in the television, a lot of people are going out, they cannot find their children.
What we know Nigeria for. We know Nigeria to be a country that is peaceful. We want to return back to those days. But for now, it's not good.
The United States was not pleased with the situation as an airstrike was launched on bandit camps in Sokoto through the intervention of President Donald Trump. Also, security agencies launched coordinated operations, deploying special tactics units, and enhanced area surveillance in identified flashpoints. Farmer-herder conflict took a new turn in 2025, driven largely by competition for land and water resources. While some states recorded violent clashes, others adopted dialogue and conflict resolution mechanisms, leading to relative calm in affected communities. Throughout the year, the federal government emphasized interagency collaboration, bringing together the military, police, Department of State Services, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, and other sister agencies. This coordinated approach improved intelligence sharing and rapid response to security threats. Community policing gained more prominence in 2025, with traditional rulers, local vigilante groups, and community leaders working closely with security agencies. Authorities repeatedly stressed that public cooperation and timely information remain critical to combating crime.
We enjoy relative peace in Ondo State, and this is not by coincidence because of the collaborative, that synergy, that robust synergy existing between Nigerian police and other security agencies, as well as other non-state actors. That's why I joined that. And with the support of the governor, as well as our IG and other heads of security agencies.
We want to reassure residents and commuters that Amotekun, in collaboration with all other security agencies, are fully on ground to guarantee safety of lives and property during.
We've always said that security is everybody's business. So we understand that there's no single agency that can handle the security issues, of any place. So that is why we are collaborating with the Nigerian police, we are collaborating with the Amotekun Corps, we are collaborating with the Nigerian Army. So we have this joint patrol, going on as I speak with you.
In Ondo and other southwest states, security agencies maintained visible patrols around worship centers, markets, highways, and public facilities, particularly during festive seasons. These measures helped to reassure residents and prevent major security breaches, though the bombing of police station at Ipele in our local government area of the state on the eve of the new year came as a shock despite security arrangements for the season. Above all, securing the lives and property in Ondo State remains the priority of government and stakeholders, as confirmed by Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa.
Going forward, people are more at alert now. Just had a security meeting with the main security chiefs to look at the situation, appraise it, and see what we need to do to protect our people, to ensure that such act never repeat itself.
With the advent of 2026, stakeholders agree that sustaining security gains will depend on strengthening intelligence-led policing, deepening community engagement, and tackling the root causes of crime. While the road to lasting peace remains long, the lessons learned in 2025 provide a foundation for improved safety and stability in the coming years. Omoriola Hungbeji, Osrc News.
Still on security matters, the Diamond Group Nigeria has called on the federal government to work harder and ensure that the favorable macroeconomic indices trickle down as tangible deliverables and benefits to Nigerians. It is in its message of hope for the new year through its spokesperson, Tohib Musa Maloja. The group urged the government to sustain its onslaught against terrorism and all forms of insecurity ravaging the country. The group implored states and local governments to double down and ensure that the increased revenues accruing to them are used to benefit the people. It condemns in strong terms the area on the eve of the new year and demands that concerned authorities should spare no efforts to bring the perpetrators to book. Also, the Kogi State government has reaffirmed its commitment to a sustained crackdown on criminals across the state, assuring are ongoing to restore peace and rescue abducted victims. The assurance was given by the State Commissioner for Information, Kisley Fawo, who disclosed that security agencies are actively tracking the whereabouts of criminals, with major operations already underway to free victims from captivity. The reassurance came on the heels of a protest by the people of Kababunu community, who held a demonstration to draw attention to the incessant banditry activities in the area, while acknowledging that peaceful protest against insecurity is lawful. The commissioner cautioned that such action must be devoid of political coloration. The commissioner said the government fully understands the trauma faced by families of kidnapped persons and remains deeply concerned about the safety and well-being of all victims. He warned that individuals who disturb public peace under the guise of protest, as well as their sponsors, would be made to face the full wrath of the law. You're watching social and community news on OSRC television. We'll take a break now. When we come back, it will be time for community news proper. Glad to have you back. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV Ondo. You can as well watch us live on our digital platform Moplex channel 720. Now to stories around communities. Christian faithfuls across Nigeria, across Akure, the Ondo State capital, have formed various churches to mark the first Sunday service of 2026, offering thanksgiving and committing the new year into God's hands. Clergymen use the occasion to charge worshippers on gratitude, deeper devotion to God, and living a prayerful life. Our reporter Joy Pius now reports.
It was a moment of joy, reflection, and renewed faith as Christians gathered in churches across Akure to give thanks to God on the first Sunday of the new year. From early hours of the day, congregants filled auditoriums, lifting songs of praises and thanksgiving for the grace to witness the first service of 2026. Messages from various pulpits centered on Thanksgiving, with pastors reminding worshippers that gratitude opens doors to greater blessings.
We must be able to appreciate God for our small wins, our small beginnings. Everything that we achieve is worth thanking God for. Despite the harshful environment of Nigeria, we are still alive. We need to be very grateful to God.
Clergymen also emphasized the need for believers to strengthen their relationship with God, urging them to live sanctified and purposeful lives in the new year.
They should be productive. That's living Christ's life. What can change our society and our environment. That's my message for them for this new year.
Non-Christians, denomination doesn't matter. Follow the step of Christ. That is the only way for this
Nigeria today, especially Nigeria, where the insecurity and the violence are the other.
You will face some challenges, but with time, with God, you will overcome any challenges you see in life. You need to be prayerful in this year.
Christ must be involved. He's the only one that is given for our salvation. Be close to him. Know him personally. Some people know their pastor more than their Jesus. Know your Jesus more than your pastor.
Concerning this, the hardship in Nigeria, the end has not come. We must also pray and work to end the hardship in Nigeria.
Special prayers were offered for families, the church, Ondo State and Nigeria, with worshippers committing their plans and aspirations for the year into God's hands. As the services came to a halt, hope and optimism filled the air, with many expressing confidence that 2026 would bring peace, progress, and divine direction.
This year will be our year of upliftment, abundant blessing, good health, and good things of life in the mighty name of God.
I'm looking forward towards a prosperous country, prosperous Nigeria, where there will be no banditry, where there will be no kidnapping, where there will be no terrorism.
With thanksgiving, prayers, and renewed commitment to God, Christians in Akure say they are stepping into the new year with faith and expectation. Joy Pius for Osrc Social and Community News.
Yes, the turnout across churches in Akure today reflects a strong spirit of gratitude and faith as Christians begin 2026 with prayers, renewed devotions, and hope for peace and progress. Moving on. Second-hand wares, also known as a bend-down select, has revolutionized Nigerian fashion with their affordability and style. From bustling markets to trending boutiques, Okerika shops line the streets of Akure, catering for a diverse crowd seeking quality clothing at unbeatable prices. Osrc Sunday Adeyoju reports that bend-down select has become an integral part of the Ondo State capital fashion scene. Let's join Sunday Adeyoju now.
In Nigeria, the evolution of bend-down select, popularly known as Okurika, tells a compelling story of survival, enterprise, and fashion ingenuity. What started as a practical response to the high cost of new wares has grown into one of the country's most vibrant informal businesses, involving thousands of traders and supporting millions of consumers nationwide. Across Nigeria, bend-down select is known by different names. In Lagos, it is commonly called Okrika or Tokumbo. In the southeast, it is known as Akube. Parts of the north, traders refer to it as Gongo, while in south-south, it is widely called bend-down select. Despite the different names, the businesses follow the same pattern and the scale is massive. Estimates suggest that between 60 and 80% of Nigerians rely on second-hand clothing as their primary source of apparel, making bend-down select one of the most widely patronized segments of the fashion market. Major trading hubs of Lagos, Kano, Aba, Onitsha, and Port Harcourt, thousands of traders are directly involved, while many more are living as importers, transporters, loaders, tailors, and market assistants.
It's last than the new ones, and it's okay. The quality is so superb than the new ones because it's imported ones. You know, some people it's not even most of the people is not used to ones. You know, they pack, maybe if they clear their store there, they practice as clearance in the store. Maybe at the end of the year, they will just clear it out. So it's more quality than the new ones, and most of this doesn't wash.
Nigeria is estimated to spend over $120 million annually on used clothing imported into the country. Though largely informal, the trade runs into tens of billions of naira, circulating money daily within local markets and communities. In Akure, Osrc shops lying in streets from busy traditional markets to emerging fashion clusters, serving residents in search of affordable and durable clothing. These second-hand garments, mostly sourced from Europe and America, are sorted by quality to guide pricing. Grade A items are almost new, Grade B slightly used, while Grade C shows visible wear, allowing buyers to choose according to their budget. Over time, what was once stigmatized as clothing for the poor has become socially acceptable and even fashionable. Today, Bend Down Select attracts buyers across all social classes, including wealthy who value quality, durability, and uniqueness.
I prefer Osrc than new one. Me, I used to buy Osrc for my children because it's too last.
With packaging, it's nice, but we are good to go.
What about the quality? What can you say about the quality?
Quality doesn't matter in the aspect of this place. It depends on how you maintain it. Even though if you buy original, you don't know how to maintain it. You can buy this for 100 naira, you can use it for 2 years, 3 years. You don't know how to maintain it.
Beyond fashion and affordability, experts draw attention to health considerations. Medical practitioners warn that second-hand clothes can carry germs, fungi, and skin-infecting organisms if not properly handled. They advise buyers to thoroughly wash, disinfect, and iron used clothes before wearing them, reduce the risk of skin infections and allergies. Meanwhile, local designers continue to innovate, combining thrift pieces with indigenous fabrics like Ankara and Ashoki, creating styles that reflect Nigeria's cultural identity while keeping costs low. As the cost of new clothing continues to rise, demand for Bend Down Select keeps growing, reinforcing its place in Nigeria's economy. Sunday at Deyonju for Osrc Social and Community News.
It is an obvious fact that Bend Down Select has grown into a key part of Nigeria's fashion and informal economy, helping families and supporting communities across Nigeria. And that's the science of Social and Community News tonight. Thank you so much for being part of it.